Good. Just put some water here. Welcome to it. Okay, guys. Adam, can you start us off, please?
Derek, how much have you enjoyed your first couple of weeks at Rangers?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a couple of crazy weeks coming here and so on, but yeah, I've been enjoying it. I've gotten a good welcome from the staff, from the group, so yeah, I'm happy.
How excited are you about playing in the Europa League for this cup for the first time?
Yeah, it's myself individually. It's my first European match, so it's always something to look forward to. I hope it's going to be a memorable one, and yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about European games and Rangers, so I'm just looking forward to get going.
Was that part of the reason why you decided to come here for nights like this?
Yeah, it's one of those clubs that is described as special. There's a lot of history behind the club, and it's in games like these where those memories are made. So, as I said, I'm just looking forward to it and trying to keep the focus tomorrow.
Rangers and Glasgow can be quite unique, but you've got an international teammate who knows a fair bit about this city and the rivalry involved in Alistair Johnson. Did you speak to him before making the move here? What sort of advice did he give you?
Yeah, we spoke a little bit before obviously I signed here. I know that the rivalry here is very intense. But yeah, no, he told me a lot of good things about the city, a lot of good things about living in Glasgow and so on. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here and hoping that we get the upper hand on him when we play.
Yeah, you spoke there about crazy couple of weeks. I suppose it's been not so much crazier just because of events around the club, protests, a lot of anger at the way things are going this season. How difficult was that for you to step into and you're trying to find your feet at a new club and you've got all this sort of stuff going on around the place?
It's something that I try not to put too much focus to. Clubs like Rangers, there's an expectation to win. And the way I view it is that extra pressure that we're getting from outside and maybe the chaos that I'm stepping into. I view it as a privilege, and I view it as a challenge to come here and try and help the situation. So for me individually, I don't think it impacted me negatively, and I tried to look at the positives in the situation.
Yeah, it clubs like Rangers and Celtic, there's an expectancy to win domestically. From a European point of view, where should Rangers' ambitions be this year?
It's a tough question to ask. It's tough to answer. I think first and foremost, from what I've gathered from the club and the people around the club, is that they want to see a team that's ready to give their all, performance-wise, and I think that's what you can expect from us tomorrow in a European match, and then after the result will take care of itself. But I think from the team's perspective, we need to go out there, give 110%, and do everything we can to win, especially at home.
You're taking on a club tomorrow who, like Rangers, have struggled a little bit domestically this season. How much of an impact could the crowd be tomorrow then, and how important would an early goal be to try and not only bring a bit of momentum to the team, but also put the opposition under a little bit of pressure?
Yeah, I think our fan base can be our biggest strength, but also one of our biggest obstacles to overcome. When they get behind us, I think it can be definitely a 12th man on the pitch. But ultimately, that comes down to us. They're going to feed off our performance. They're going to feed off, what we're delivering on the pitch. So I think tomorrow is no different. If we go out there and we show that we're a team ready to push, then they're going to get behind us and ultimately be the difference in the match.
You mentioned that unrest and maybe a bit of chaos that's been in the last couple of weeks with everything surrounding the club. Has being at Marseille previously, has that maybe helped the transition at all? Because I know it can maybe be a bit lively there at times.
Yeah, definitely. In clubs like Marseille, like Rangers, it's clubs with fan bases that they live and die for the club, and when you wear that badge and you represent clubs like that, you have a responsibility to really show on the pitch for them. So I think, playing in Marseille last season, it gave me a little bit of experience and just what I'm getting into, coming to Rangers. But yeah, ultimately, if you put too much focus on that as well, it's not going to help your performance. So I try and just go one day at a time, be the best I can be, and just help whichever club I'm on to win games, because I know that's going to be the solution to any problems at the end of the day.
The manager said a little bit earlier there was a lightness to the players in the lead up to and after that win against Hibs. How has that helped relieve any pressure and anxiety
Yeah, you know, it's good always to win, you know, especially with what was going on previously. I think it was an important win at home, you know, with the protests like were mentioned. It's important for the group, for the guys, for the manager, for everyone, for the club. And we're hoping to just build off that. You know, we went through some video this week about some areas that were good from previous weeks and some areas that we can still improve on. And I think the group is bought in, and we're looking to apply that again tomorrow.
Hi Derek, given your experience you talked about there, obviously being at Marseille, do you find yourself guiding the younger players maybe through these turbulent times?
I'm not sure if that's the right word. I just try and be as professional as I can, and then, you know, if a younger player sees that and sees that, you know, that's the solution to difficult moments, is just working hard and putting your full focus into your football, then I'm glad if I'm a positive example in that way. I'm still pretty new here. I'm trying to learn the club, the system, my players, relationships. So yeah, if I can help in any way I can, I'm happy to do so. But yeah, that's obviously something I'm continuing to assess and work on.
Alison and Andy to finish, please.
The manager said on Saturday night that he gave his team talk against the backdrop of this protest taking place outside. How challenging is that as players, just to block out that noise and concentrate on what you've got to do, and how important is it now to try and find the run of consistency?
Yeah, for me individually, I don't think it was so hard to block out the noise. You know, when you sign up to be a professional footballer, it's kind of the stuff that can come with the job. You know, when things are not going well, you're gonna hear about it. You're gonna feel some sort of pressure from outside. But at the end of the day, you know, it comes down to what's happening on the pitch, and it comes down to what we're doing on the pitch. So for me individually, you know, it hasn't really affected me that much. I had my job to do, my role to play, and then just try and win games for Rangers.
Andy.
Derek, some players, you know, you mentioned there about what was going on before you joined the club. Some players might have been put off of that, maybe too much for them, you know, they didn't perhaps want to get involved in it. Does that tell us a wee bit about your character, that you see this as a challenge and you feel as if you can come here and help the team?
Yeah, as I said, you know, my goal always is to help the team and help us to perform better and better. For other players, I think it's a matter of the full group. They really want to do well. They really want to represent Rangers to the best of their abilities. So, and sometimes when the pressure from yourself is so high that we give ourselves, it can almost be negative in terms of performance. So yeah, I think the group is starting to understand, you know, when it's too much pressure, when do you have to really like take a breath and really let loose in a way so that you can get those performances out, you know, because I think that's the only way to play football freely, is to not feel too much pressure and to just go out there and express your qualities the best way they can.
Okay guys, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Everyone.
Thank you.